Hey everyone, welcome back to some more esports talk. My name is Hunter. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are talking about Activision Blizzard because there have been a lot of updates. We had a couple days of a break from giving updates on the channel, but before the weekend, I wanted to give you guys everything that has happened since then, which is a lot, so let's buckle in. After Activision Blizzard entered into a lawsuit with the state of California, we saw an executive at Activision Blizzard send out an email to the employees saying that the recent sexual harassment allegations were incorrect and old, and also shared out an article titled "The Problem with Whistleblowers," that is, Frances Townsend has now shut down her account. It has been deleted. Hopefully that is not a surprise to anyone. I imagine once she started sharing those things, their lawyers or people who are involved internally with the company were like, hey, we do not need you tweeting out stuff like this. Obviously, that is just ignorant to the situation, and you must have no idea what's going on if you are a top exec calling these allegations false and old and then sharing out articles about the problem with whistleblowing. After executives at Activision Blizzard decided to have Wilmer Hale perform an internal review, the employees at the company decided to reject that decision. They give the following reasons, saying that Wilmer Hale's pre-existing relationships with Activision Blizzard and its executives create an unacceptable conflict of interest. They have a history of discouraging workers' rights and collective action, and the partner leading the investigation specializes in protecting the wealthy and powerful. When we reported their decision to hire Wilmer Hale for this internal review, we also questioned this, and so I think it totally makes sense that the employees would reject a company that has former connections with executives like Fran Townsend and others in the company. Now, they also had their shareholders meeting right after J. Allen Brack had stepped down from the company, after which we see the shareholders suing Activision Blizzard for withholding harassment information. It is a class action on the behalf of persons or entities who purchased or otherwise acquired publicly traded Activision Blizzard securities between the dates of 2016 and 2021. The reason behind the suing is essentially that Activision Blizzard did not share any of this information, any of the events that were going on internally in the company with the shareholders, which shareholders argue they probably would not have held on to their stocks or their shares in that situation. Again, makes total sense to me. Why would you want to be a shareholder for a company that seems doomed to fail when you know all the crap that has been going on internally, all of these issues, all of these allegations, and the way it's just been swept under the rug? If you're a shareholder, I imagine you'd be pretty upset because now the value of Activision Blizzard has dropped significantly. Then just today, Jason Schreier releases an article titled "Blizzard Turned Game Developers into Rockstars, Misbehavior Followed." This article reported on a lot of different situations that previously have not been reported on or released to the public, and so I'm gonna give you some bullet points on the things that I picked out of this article. It is fairly long, so I'd encourage you to go read it yourself, but we see that there are issues with executives sleeping with their assistants or trying to sleep with their assistants, that there was a rockstar mentality that had been ingrained in Blizzard culture because of how popular World of Warcraft and Blizzard had become as a mainstream cultural phenomenon. Because of that, reportedly, we saw developers looking to benefit sexually from fans that they just saw as groupies because they saw themselves as superstars. There are reports of men in the company giving unwanted backrubs, making inappropriate moaning noises during meetings, and discussing their sexual exploits in detail. And despite any complaints about these men, that they did not get fired or removed from the company. In a part that I do want to directly read, it says it was common for game developers to make sacrifices just to get there. When you're someone who works at a company like Blizzard, it's almost like you ignore everything that's happening because you want to be there so badly. You stop seeing things that are bad as bad. With budget cuts constantly looming, managers of each department have jockeyed for resources. As a result, some are reluctant to report internal problems and risk drawing unwanted attention to their teams from corporate overlords, current employees said. So ultimately, this is just further proof of this culture that had been growing and growing at Activision Blizzard over the years that came from a result of them exploding so much in the World of Warcraft scene, and as developers getting lifted so much into the mainstream that it created this weird culture, not weird, a bad, awful culture of bro culture in the company that ended up negatively affecting employees and also making employees that weren't even involved in situations sometimes reluctant to come forward with these stories because they were afraid of not being able to work at Blizzard anymore because it was such a large opportunity for them in the long run. Those are our updates as far as the Activision Blizzard case goes. Of course, we will give you any more next week as they happen. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, be safe, be smart, behave. I'll catch you later.